What's up, man? Hear me out. Your success is guaranteed. I know the past couple months, the past couple years, you've been watching YouTube videos after YouTube videos. You paid for courses, classes, and all this coaching, and they're all promising you, swearing up and down that if you do it that way, that's how you're gonna get to the success you want. That's how you're gonna get to the dream car you like. That's how you're gonna get to the dream life. That's how you're gonna be able to provide for your family. You're going to get to this. And they're promising you all of this success. But they swear up and down, you have to do it this way. This is what worked for me, and that's what you need to do so it can work for you. And here's the truth about these promises. Here's the truth about what they're doing. They're selling you a method that works for them. Not only are they selling it to you, it doesn't feel like it in the moment because you haven't bought their course yet. So you're like, I don't feel like I'm being sold to. You are. Because if you continue watching their video, at some point you will pull the trigger and buy the course. And what my point is in all of this, what I'm trying to get you to understand is your success is guaranteed without doing whatever they say. You don't have to suppress your skills, your ability, your preference, your passion, and your desires and your sense of fulfillment to abide by what they're doing just for you to experience true success. They've convinced you that in order to achieve success, you have to do it their way. And in order for you to fully understand how to do it their way, you need to buy their course. You need to invest in their coaching program, their community, whatever the case may be. And what I want you to understand here, what I'm going to break down for you here, is that because your success is guaranteed, you might as well do what you love. You might as well do something that actually gets you excited in the morning. You might as well go in the direction that actually brings true fulfillment. You might as well choose the route that makes you happy, that gives you the life you've always wanted. If success is actually guaranteed, why would you go another route just to experience the success that's guaranteed regardless anyways? You're going to get to that Porsche 911 regardless. You're going to get to your dream house regardless. You're going to get to the life you want regardless. So why would you choose a route that's not conducive to what you want in life? That doesn't align with what you want for yourself, what you want for your family, what God promised you. And this is so important to me. I want to make sure I get this across to you very clearly. When you finally come to conclusion, when you finally understand this, you will never see what someone else is doing and feel led to go that route. You're not going to feel compelled to go this direction or that. You're not going that season where you're in loss. You're like, what route should I go? What direction? You know which direction you should go already. The problem is you don't believe the direction you're supposed to go will actually get you to the life you want. You don't fully believe that the outcome you really want is possible going the route you really want to go on. You're just like, well, I would rather do music, but I actually want to get to this dream life. So maybe I shouldn't do music. You got it all wrong. I'm about to break down to you 3 strategies. We take on 3 strategies that I want you to start implementing today. These 3 strategies is what I use in my own life because, again, I'm around a lot of successful entrepreneurs who are successful in different lanes. I was just around one of my friend's business partners. This man made over $300,000 in literally 2 days. And as excited as I am for him, I seen the whole playbook. I seen the whole thing happen from start to finish. It was amazing. Not only did I see it, I could do it myself, actually, and make that much money. But guess what? That's not what I want to do. So as exciting as it is, I'm not going to be happy here. And what happens to a lot of men, and I see this all the time, is they go the route that everyone recommend that guarantees their success, that make them feel like that my success is guaranteed if I go this way, only if I go that way. And they end up growing a huge YouTube channel. They end up growing a huge business, and they still feel a sense of void. They're still unhappy. They still lack fulfillment. And then they fill the void with cars, with jewelry, with women. They do all of this and they're still not happy. Because in reality, if they truly believed that success was guaranteed since the beginning, they would have went on the route they preferred from the start. So I'm going to break down these 3 strategies. For the first one, strategy number 1, you need to have a 90-day commitment. A 90-day commitment means I want you to sit down, write what would you prefer to do? What is that one thing in life you would rather do where you can also, and this is it, this is the question, what is the one thing you would rather do in life on a consistent basis that you can do at a greater scale and help potentially millions of people? Not just you, not just the people in your family, but you can do it at great scale. So, what is that one thing? And I want you to commit to it for 90 days. What will you commit to exactly? That thing you always wanted to do, but do it at a greater scale where it has the potential to reach millions of people. It may not reach million people today or tomorrow. That may not be the case. Even my videos don't reach millions of people right now, and that's fine. That is okay, but it has the capability of it. I want you to go all in on that idea, that vision. No shiny object syndrome, no pivoting, no switch of direction. Stay locked in. The thing is, most people quit before they start experiencing the effects of what they've been putting work towards. Most people just completely throw in the towel. They're just like, I just can't, this just ain't working. They try something for 3 weeks, and then when the results don't come in, they give up. And the truth is, the reason that's probably happened to you a lot of the times is because you were trying things in a direction that doesn't align with what you really want to do. The reason a lot of people give up so quickly is not because they suck at discipline or they suck at remaining consistent, but genuinely because you're doing something you don't like. You're not happy doing it. Of course, it's hard to stay consistent. Of course, it's hard to remain disciplined. Of course, you're desperately obsessed over the outcome because you don't enjoy doing the thing anyways. It makes sense. So you don't even got to beat yourself up about that. So ask yourself this: what will I commit to for the next 90 days? Anything that is not aligned with that direction or that path, you need to delete, unsubscribe. You need to go to your Instagram, your TikToks, your feeds. You need to hit not interested. You need to completely change that because if it doesn't align with what you're trying to go, it's going to be a distraction later. Not everything that is a distraction is necessarily bad in the moment. A book right now, if I see a book on in my house that talks about how to become a truck driver, it may be interesting, but it's a distraction, not because it's necessarily a bad thing. I know friends who are successful truck drivers who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. Good for them. But it's a distraction from what I'm called to do in my responsibility and what I'm working on in this season. It's not for me. So cut out all of that. Success is not in finding the perfect strategy. It's in making your strategy work through consistent execution. There is not going to be this perfect strategy. Stop believing in that. Your strategy is making what you enjoy doing work to a greater degree at scale, helping massive amounts of people, and in return, you will still win. What happens to a lot of us is group one tries to go after the money. They try to just do whatever works. And then group two, they try to do what they love, but they don't do it at scale. So they love being an RN, but they only work at that hospital. So yes, you're an RN, but you're only serving the people who attend that hospital. Imagine if you did at scale. Imagine if you started a YouTube channel. Imagine if you created content on Instagram, TikTok, and you made content based on what you knew as a nurse. You could do it at scale and reach way more people, have way more impact, and have way more influence and make more money in your business and your career. The second is for strategy two. We need to identify the non-negotiable daily stacks. For this, and I can rephrase this in a sense too, pick three or two things, a few things that are non-negotiable that you have to do every single day that will actually move the needle forward. We're not talking about just any task. I don't want you sitting here spending the next couple hours working on a landing page. That's not going to move the needle, bro, right? We need to figure out what are those things that actually will help us make true progress. And that's the only thing we need to figure out. Those three core actions that need to happen every single day. Actions, and I'm being honest with you, let me be transparent with you here. I have to say this. Actions do not include studying. The reason that doesn't include studying because there's something called analysis paralysis. I know we all faced this before. This is where you get so consumed, so locked in into learning the thing versus actually implementing the thing. So we're not going to get caught up in that. The three actions is things that you actually physically do that moves your life forward, move you forward. I can be honest with you. I can be transparent with you here. Three things I do myself. One, I go to the gym every day. I don't care if I just get on the treadmill, whatever it takes. I do that every day. Two, I record and film a video every single day and get it up on YouTube. Not just film, I have to record it, edit it, and throw it up on YouTube every single day. And the third most important thing is I serve my clients and make content about my business so that I can get more clients into my business. What are those things for you? What does that look like for you? Most people stay busy but don't make any progress. I've seen this. I've lived this. This is my testimony. Oh gosh. Most people are literally waking up every day working but not truly making any progress. 20 things feel productive, but only 3 actually move the needle forward in your favor. They feel productive. They feel like you're getting the things done, but you're not accomplishing anything. You're not really getting much done. Ask yourself this: if I could do only 3 things that would create the most results, what would that be? Maybe you need to write that question down. What is that thing for you? Right? Again, discipline is not just waking up every day doing work, it's waking up every day doing the right things consistently. Not just doing things, because you can be just doing things that are not conducive to your success, conducive to your growth, conducive to the life you want, that will produce the outcome you want. It doesn't work for you. And again, you have to do this even when you don't feel like it. The third strategy is you have to. This is the part where people lose. You have to outwork everyone in your lane. When you get number strategy 1 and 2 right, this is where it changes everything for you. You need to outwork everyone in your lane, everyone who's in that domain, that space. You need to outwork them. I'm in that space right now in my life where right now I'm about to outwork everyone with content creation, with posting online, with getting my message out there and reaching and impacting people. I'm about to outwork everyone. I don't care. I'm about to spam these platforms with content daily. Y'all going to see my face. You have to outwork everyone. The reason you have to outwork everyone is because this is what's going to change everything for you, because it's something called speed. This speed is so important for you right now. Once you figure it out, once you get strategy 1 and 2 right, speed is important for you. Momentum is forgiving for the mistakes and errors you make, because you're going to make mistakes. You're going to make errors. You're going to be like, dang, I should have done this instead. But guess what? You're going to get that revelation quicker if you were moving faster. The reason some people are like, dang it, I should have done this instead 3 years later is because they were moving at 1 mile per hour. You're moving so quick, you've seen the mistake faster. You got to the mistake quicker and you made the adjustment and you kept going. So what is that for you? What is that thing where you're going to outwork people? You need to document your journey in public. You need to share what you're learning and what's working and what's not. Because when you move at that speed, you can build a community of people who can hold you accountable, build a community of people who are on the same journey, who wants to join you on that journey, right? So the next most important part of this is, while you're out working everyone, just pick a lane, pick a platform you prefer. For me, it's going to be YouTube. YouTube's going to be my main platform, and I'm going to do my best to get it across every other platform, but YouTube is my main platform. What does that look like for you? So again, strategy number 1 is to commit for 90 days. What does that commitment look like for you? 2, you need to make sure you have non-negotiable daily actions. These are things that actually move the needle, not just anything. We're not talking about classes, coach courses, none of that. We're talking about actually doing the work, not getting caught up in our mind, not getting caught up in our thoughts, and not actually doing anything, but actually putting in the work. And the third, the most important part, again, is you need to outwork everyone. Everyone wants the same outcome you want, but I truly believe you can outwork them and get to it quicker, get to it faster. You can get to it in less amount of time than you've ever imagined. Not because you're necessarily the best, but simply because you put in more hours than these people. You've put in way more work than these people. I truly believe this can happen for you. Again, your success is guaranteed, bro. You don't have to feel compelled to go in any other direction that doesn't suit the calling and responsibility that God's given you. You don't have to suppress yourself to a direction or a path that is not something you're passionate about, that you don't genuinely enjoy. You can actually become a multi-millionaire doing what you love, being passionate and finding what you actually enjoy. You don't have to suppress yourself, bro. People try to convince you that you can't enjoy things you're passionate about and have a career at the same time. They try to make it seem like it's 2 separate things. Oh, just do whatever builds the business. and then figure out what you're passionate about. No. You can actually have both. That is definitely possible. You can have heaven on earth. That's what God's promised you. That's what He's promised me. And I truly believe it for us. Hope this helps. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.